I often like to look at just the face when I'm correcting, because the skin tone is what matters the most. We can see in the histogram here that the blacks are pretty blocked up, so we want to maybe lighten those a little bit with some fill. See how it pushes it away? And then the contrast, so we're going to bring that down to where I like it, which is usually about 25% over. We don't want anything to blow out, so we're going to bring that down. It looks a little anemic, so I'm going to bring up some color. It looks a little warm, so I'm going to reduce that. Get a little more snap here. I can push it without the histogram still doesn't say we're blown, even though it looks too bright. For my taste, that might be brightness, so we're going to bring that down. That's better. Let's zoom out and look at the whole thing once. I'd like it to be a little bigger. But look how much detail we have already in the chair. I know that was all black before. I'm going to push this to the limit till that. We're still not blown out, so I'll push some color because it's really pretty color. I'm going to play with these. It's a little green, so I'm going out to the pinks. I'm going to reduce a little more of the yellow. I tend to like things a little cooler than normal. I don't know if this is a white or a cream, but at least for my taste, that's where I like it. We can see if we want to adjust the crop here. Let's do a fit. Yeah, we probably should crop it. Maybe like that. She's slightly right of center. This would be pretty much dead center. Dead center bullseye. Bringing her down, and then I like her slightly right. Let's vignette that. Pretty heavy, and then post crop. Since we cropped it. Then once you do that, you can see that this actually all gets darker, so we might have to go back in and push a little more color. Less bottom. I like the loose crop on it. We could tip it a little, but again, it's just personal choice, personal taste. Let's do an open and enhance this thing. Wow, looks good already. Look at the blue of the eyes. You said you wanted them natural. It does seem, this in here looks a little light. Eyes don't really seem to need much work. If we adjust it right, we don't have to do all that. I mean, if the exposure is pretty good and we adjust it right, look at those eyes. They really don't need any work as far as dodging. And she's a little milky in here, so we could do a burn tool. And we don't want it to be spotty, so I'm going to do a big brush and just hit that area, and that's bringing down what I thought was navy, but I'm now seeing that that's black. I'm getting the urge here to do a little on the background too. It just makes her head pop more. The more we bring the background down, the richer it becomes, and the more she'll pop out of it. Really like it. She's still got those little pink circles under her eyes. So again, I'm doing this. I'm somewhere in the middle here. 33% or so. All that doesn't really matter. I don't usually look. I just do it, and if it comes up shockingly wrong, I change it. I'm going to sample right there below. I'm going to just pass it twice, 3 times under her eye. Same thing, sample here, up, 1, 2, 3. Good. A little drool down there, a little lint on her collar if you want to take that out. A lot of this is by choice. She's got that little blue spot here, which is common. I'm going to pick up this dark nose, which little ones also have, and just brush a little of that golden color into that blue vein area. A little dry skin up here. It's a little hot up here, and it makes her scalp shine, so we could really increase the... I'm going to copy this. And again, that's your option. You might go, oh, that's how much hair she's got. But the hair light was a little too far forward, and you're kind of burning all that out. Now, like I said, we really don't need to do any eye work here, but let's keep it real minimal. That's a little strong. That's where I say I'll try it, and then I'll come in and adjust it. I really don't want to see much change. If you compare the two, they're very similar. It doesn't. I could just stop at that and say this one's done, and I mean it was so minimal that they still match very closely. I'm going to hit this one just a touch as well. Hit that iris. Get in there with a smaller brush and stay in the lines. Do a quick catch light dodge, which really isn't needed, but... And you can see, compared to the original unretouched here, they're very similar. Everybody I'm seeing is doing way too much. Just a little. Now I see the reflector down in her iris. That bothers me a little bit. So I'm going to take the clone tool, and I'm going to just clone up in. And again, that's optional. This, I just noticed her pupil here is lighter black than this one, so I'm going to get a little bit of burn tool. Very weak. That's a little softer too, so I'm going to take the sharpen tool, hit that one first, and then bring this one up to the same level. Wow. That's a beautiful little girl. Now we've got fairly cool highlights again, so we're going to do image, adjust, selective color. And the highlights are white. So I'm going to do white, and let's add a little warmth to them. Pull some magenta out of them. That's muddying them up. We don't want that. But when in doubt, try things. Say, well, I actually thought I was going to darken them, but I like them there, so I'm going to keep that at 0. I'm going to go into the reds, though, I think, and darken those just a touch. Optionally, again, you can do sponge. We did a desaturate before. Since we didn't really paint the eye color, let's just keep them natural, their normal color. And look how much I did it. I saturated that left eye. Hardly any when you compare the two. That's the level. And then I'm going to come in here and do the same here. Just a touch. A little bit of pink, probably because I upped it in the white, so I'm going to go back to desaturate. I'll pull that pink out of there. That's beautiful. Now, there was some areas back in here wrinkled on the background. And you probably already know how to do this, but quick and easy will up the opacity and do a quick clone here on the wrinkles. You should take your time on it, but I'm just going quick. There, those are gone. There's that one. Again, let's vignette. It's a pretty dark scene, so we can go to, we can use regular black, about that big a brush. There it is. Beautiful shot again. And all set for clarity here. You could do a little more sharpening if you want. That's probably where I'd like it, but now we're going to do, so we would save that for the customer, and then do an image size if we're going to show run on PortraNet. I'm going to do 900 pixels wide. Gonna zoom in a little bit. Look how soft it went. I just did a couple quick passes here of the sharpen tool. And I zoomed in to do that. And now I'm zooming out. That's about as sharp as it can get at this size. If I overdo it, it's not going to look very good. And that's how I would post it on PortraNet. And then if we zoom in, you'll see it looks like too much sharpening. If you have a lower res monitor when you view my images on PortraNet, you probably think I over sharpen, but when you run them in a real high res like this, you can see that it holds up wonderfully. So that's super too. So I'll post both these in the videos, and hopefully they were helpful. Bye-bye.